Now, Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta will this morning appear in Parliament to give account on how COVID-19 funds have been expended by government. Also, teacher union to engage government over cost of living allowance as Volta and Asante regional branches of NAGRAT threaten strike action by the end of this month. My name is Elizabeth Aidoo. Now the news in details. Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta will this morning appear in Parliament to give account of how COVID-19 funds have been expended by government. Speaker Alban Babin put a hold on ministry business in the House after Ken Ofori-Atta failed to honor several invitations by the House. Minority Leader Ofori Mensa Bonsu says Ken Ofori-Atta will this morning come to Parliament.
The Minister responsible for Finance, 16 questions. The Honourable Minister responsible for Finance was scheduled to attend upon the House Thursday, the 16th of June 2022 to brief Parliament on the expenditure incurred by government since the outbreak of COVID-19 pandemic in the country in 2022. The Speaker, the Minister was also programmed to respond to questions. Unfortunately, because of what information that we gave to the House, he couldn't be here with us. So we programmed him to be with us on Wednesday. And Wednesday he's going to answer to those questions and also to brief the House on government's COVID-19 expenditure. Speaker, thereafter, I think there are a few matters that we may have to perhaps have a joint caucus meeting for the Minister to respond to them for us. That is after the questions have been answered, after the briefing, and it may become necessary for us to engage the Minister in a joint caucus meeting.
You heard the Majority Leader Osei Mensa Bonsu there. Still in Parliament, the Executive Director for the Parliamentary Network Africa, Sami Obeng, is calling on the House to sanction anyone who takes the August House for a ride. He was reacting to Speaker's Alban Babin's warning to Transport Minister Kofi Ofori-Esiama over his failure to appear in Parliament yesterday. He spoke on 505 with Kukulumo.
Well, Parliament must definitely bear its seat. Parliament must show the executive branch that it is a co-equal arm of government and not one that is, subordinate to the executive branch. And that if you accept the responsibility to be a minister of state, then you have a responsibility to ensure that when there are questions or there are referrals or Parliament requires something from the ministry that you lead, you must make yourself available in time to be able to provide those things, because that's really the function of Parliament. And if you do not, if members of the executive branch do not contribute timeously to the work of Parliament in this way, then it really, really affects all of us.
That was the Executive Director for Parliamentary Network Africa, Sami Obeng there. Also, General Secretary of the National Association of Teachers, Thomas Musa, has revealed that the teacher union are optimistic of reaching an amicable solution with government on their cost of living allowance, COLA, as they continue engagement with government next week. It comes on the back of a threat of strike by the Volta and Asante regional branches of the National Association of Graduate Teachers of their COLA if it's not paid by the end of this month. The teacher union wants a 20% cost of living allowance due to the economic hardship in the country. Take a listen to Thomas Musa.
We have issued a statement to that effect. And once we have issued a statement to that effect, in fact, the ministry called us on it. So it is our hope and expectation that by the close of next week, we should be able to make a headway. And normally when you are engaging, we need to keep it as it takes to get it done. So that is to the best of my knowledge where we are now. Once we have given them up to the close of this month, let's work towards that. If there is anything we regret, all the 4 teacher unions have issued statement to that. I indicated that on Monday. That was I think the 7th or so I think it's either 6th or 7th or so. Then
you heard the General Secretary of the National Association of Teachers, Thomas Musa there. In other news, ranking member on Communication Committee in Parliament, Alhaji A.B.A. Hussaini, has described the NIA's inability to issue Ghana cards to majority of Ghanaians as a man-made disaster inflicted by the Ministry of Education. He stated the Bank of Ghana's notice that no one will be allowed to undertake any financial transaction without the Ghana card effective July 1. It is an infringement on the democratic rights, especially when these unresolved issues were largely discussed with the Communications Minister. He spoke to Kuku Lumo on 505 yesterday. Take a listen.
Let me say without any iota of hesitation that, look, this is akin to a man-made disaster, right, inflicting on the good people of this country through no fault of theirs. That not only is it unfair to them, it's an infringement of their democratic rights as citizens of this land. That you make a law or a pronouncement that completely cuts them off from participating in economic activity in this country through no fault of theirs, because the issue of Ghana card, they are not accessible to them. It's no fault of theirs, and so that is why we indicated to the minister at that time that either you expand the basis of the instruments that are used to assess the registration exercise.
I see.
In the case of the Ghana card being the principal document for HSC and other financial services, the NIA must have the opportunity to give every Ghanaian who is willing and ready to access the card to do so. To deny people on the strength of not having the card, and for that matter, they cannot participate in any activity of such a nature, is grossly.
That was the ranking member on the Communications Committee in Parliament, Honorable A.B.A. Hussaini. Thus ends the class news update at 10. My name is Elizabeth Aidoo. For more news, please do log on to classfmonline.com.
Class 91.3, credible, compelling, and complete.